Now, I know a lot of traders want to start trading the future markets, right? Okay. And you have limited amount of money. Let's say you only have $1,000. What markets should you trade? How should you trade them? Listen, I would definitely start. I'm telling you now because what I'm getting ready to say next, trade the micro futures. Why? Because with $1,000, you can't trade, really the full-on E-mini future contracts. All right, that's the bigger ones. So it's best to start off small if you're a beginner and build your way up. And yes, you could definitely do so within, say, 30, I would say really 60 days. Build your personal account up. Now, we're not talking about prop firm money. I'm talking about your own account, brokerage account that you may have, and you're looking to build it on a daily basis. Some of you may work full-time jobs and say, hey, I want to eventually shift over and to full-time trading. But right now, I'm okay with, just scalping and making a little bit extra bucks each and every day. Now, with $1,000, you can surely trade the micros and build your account size up. And again, I'm going to show you just in 30 days what you can basically be looking at, right? And then we'll talk about the strategy because I know everybody wants to talk, find out, how does the strategy work? What does it entail? Please do yourself the biggest favor right now. I'm going to tell you the secret sauce or one of the biggest tips I can give you. Watch this video here today, which I'm going over right now in its entirety, and then go back from today and watch the most recent videos. All right. Now, if you really want to get serious with it, you may want to become an elite channel supporter or member. The link is down below in the description portion of the video. All right. The first link is the Discord, which is free. The second one is where you can click on it says elite channel supporter, or it may say member. Click on that. It's only $6.99 a month. That is it. What do you receive with that? You receive all the trade breakdown videos. I've got tons of them on there where I'll walk you through setup after setup as if you're sitting right next to me. I mean, right here next to me or virtually, right? What's the importance of doing that? So that you can understand the strategy. I go through market structure because that is 100% the most important thing you're going to need to master. I don't know how to stress it enough. If you aren't able to read the charts correctly, you are going to be trading against the market direction and you're going to lose and you're going to blow your account over and over and over. I'm giving you one of the biggest pieces of advice right now, so please take heed to it. We've had a lot of successful people that have come out and, joined the elite channel membership, okay, only for $6.99 a month. That is like 24 to 25 cents a day, pennies on the dollar a day. Think about how much you may spend on a cup of coffee a day. We're talking about something that's like less than $7 a month that you can join, and it will more likely help you out. I can't guarantee anything, I can't guarantee anything because everybody's perspective of how they go about, reading the markets, or maybe they got some bad habits, like, psychologically. Maybe they, quite haven't undone some of the bad habits they've had in the past. The strategy is very simple. It's not complex. And I'm going to go over that and show you how you can grow your own personal account, over 30 to say 60 days, starting with just $1,000 trading the New York session. All right. Now, market structure, master that. I've also, with that elite membership program, you get the trade breakdown videos, tons of them, the video playlist, plus the great video that I've covered surrounding market structure. Simply put. Now, I'm going to show you in looking at, say, for example, the last 2 days, what the market direction looked like. We were making higher highs and higher lows. That's what you need to get right first, okay? Which way are we actually moving? If we are trending to the upside, I trade supply and demand, so you should only be looking for setups to pullbacks to key areas of demand, all right? Like right here, the market came down right here. This is a counter trend setup. Will they work? Yes, they can still work, but the probability of them working is a lot less than those to which the market is actually trending. So the market had a reversal right here from the tops. That's where the market starts shifting, making lower lows and lower highs, basically breaking structure lower. Breaking structure is the number one thing that is important to me. Without it, I do not look for a setup. I must have a breaker structure first, okay? Then I like to mark up my charts. I'm going to show you how I do that here in a second. Now, if we are making lower lows and lower highs, I would only be looking for pullbacks to key areas of what? Supply, all right? The market makes a low, lower highs, lows, lower highs, low, lower highs, lows, breaking through the area structure, pullback. This is a key area of supply, okay? Now, if you haven't watched today's, if you are an elite channel supporter, I posted a video for that private community. We're breaking down the 3 trade setups that I took yesterday in this area right here. Great video. Please make sure to watch that. Look, when the market starts to starts to change direction, and then we start to get movement to the downside, and then it pulls back, and we have a key area of supply right here. This is a high probability supply setup. Why? Number one, we broke structure here. Why is it high probability? Because we got a gap or an imbalance resting back at the supply zone. Now, what is the strategy in itself? Well, again, like I said, I'm looking for a breaker structure. I must see that, number one. In this case here, we're bearish to the downside. That means I'm looking for supply. Pull back to where we have aggressive selling. So when the market pulls back, I'm looking for this first area right here, okay? All right, is an area where there's a high probability setup because we have an imbalance resting back at the zone. If you don't know what I mean when I'm saying about gap or imbalance, that marks up the trade setup to be high probability versus low probability. We want to take trades that are high probability, right? Now, the strategy works like this. Once I have the breaker structure, I have a beautiful area of supply. I'm marking up my higher time frame or higher base chart, which is I trade range based charts. So that's the 120 for me. 120 range chart. The blue box is the 120 range supply zone, okay, from the first chart. Mark up your higher base chart first. Then I move down. See that pink box or that pink outline box, the magenta box? That there is the 60 range supply zone, okay? Sometimes if there's another, like say a 24 range supply zone, I'll look for that as well to have more confluence. I'm looking for multi-chart confluence. Trust me when I say this, confluence is very important because it's going to mark the difference or make the difference of a trade working out as far as probability in your favor more so than others, right? So if I move down to my 60 range chart, I'm going to show you where we have a supply zone that's high probability just as well on the inside of the zone. Trust me when I say this, the strategy works. If you don't believe me, you can ask and come over to the Discord community, join it, and ask traders yourself. They trade it. We have people that have come and gone. Some are still with us and making money. I'm telling you, it works, guys. I'm doing this because I want to see people succeed, for one, all right? I'm doing this because I believe that knowledge is wealth, and people shouldn't be really, charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for something that, that people should be able to share, okay? We should want to be the benefactor for others, in a sense, want to see others succeed, okay? So that's the reason why I'm doing this, guys. I believe in, teaching men how to fish, and then when he learns that he can go out and defend for himself and make a living for himself, or catch a means, or be able to go out there and fish and provide food for him and himself and his family as well. The same thing in business, okay? Teach someone how to do something, especially if they're passionate about doing it. And guess what? Then you show them the way. Now, they can be thankful for you for what you have done, and that's a blessing, right? But anyways, getting back to what I'm saying, I just want to say that, guys. So please, if you know something, if a person ever comes up to you and says, man, I'm really interested in that, would you mind showing me? Don't be hesitant, guys. Really, seriously, because life is short and we're only here for a period of time, okay? And then you can help someone else out in their family. All right, so what I'm sharing with you is the strategy as a whole. Breaker structure below. We're looking for that. Pull back to a key area supply. Multi-chart confluence. Markup of a higher zone. Move down to the lower base chart right quick. I'm going to show you this. We'll move to yesterday's trading session because that's when the trade took place. Let me get, here it is right here. Went too far. Come on. All right, here we are right here, okay? So if I blow this up a little bit for you, you'll be able to see that this is a high probability setup as well. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm referencing gas back at the zone, please go to the home page. There's a little magnifying glass, a search tool, type in gaps, imbalance, and you're going to find some videos that are going to populate where I talk about the gaps or imbalance back at the zone. High probability zone just as well on the 60 range chart. I'm going to be interested in taking that trade. Simply put. Now, again, when it comes to all those who are the elite channel members, or if you want to become one, that's why I break the trades down. I'm talking about stop loss placement, where to take profits at, things of that nature too. So that's another reason why you may want to become a member as part of the elite channel and support the channel just as well. Okay, become an elite member. Now, here's another beautiful setup right here. We got a pullback, a breaker structure below this low here, pullback, another breaker structure below here. Now, this is a 120 range supply zone, aggressive selling. There's an imbalance resting back at the zone. The market retraces to it. And then, see the yellow outline box? That's off of the, off the 24 range chart. So I was able to find another setup. Give me 1 second. Right here, okay? You can see the market taps into the 120 range supply zone, taps into the yellow box or the yellow outline box, which is the 24 range supply zone, and you get the break and close of the candle, go short. All right. You can definitely make money each and every day doing this. So this is a step-by-step guide, but I really go into depth into the strategy to really make things very, very simple and help you understand when you see these setups after setups after setups. To those that are elite channel supporters, you guys already know that that video content is helping out, I'm sure, and it's very helpful. All right, because again, you need to see these setups and understand so you can back test and forward test yourself. All right, again, I mean, it's very inexpensive to be able to join if you choose to. Now, when it comes to, let's say you have $1,000 account, I'm just going to show you some math right quick. I believe like making, having like a 5 to 6% rule, right? Let's say you want to risk 5%, right? That means you want to have a stop of like a 5% stop, okay? So take 5% of 1,000, okay? That's $50. Trading the micros, correct? All right. So you could do that with $1,000, all right? Now, let's say you want to go for like a 1 to 3 or 1 to 2. Let's go for a 1 and 3, right? So which means that you want to risk $50 to make $150. You can build an account up. So imagine making $150 a day. I'm just going to show you the math right quick. All right. With a small $1,000 account, 5 days a week, you're up $750. You times that times 4. Okay. You started with 1,000, and now you're up $3,000 off of that $1,000 that you actually started with, right? So now you've made $3,000 and not say profit, but a gross profit because you have to pay your commissions. But and all you did was put in $1,000. So now you have somewhere about $4,000, maybe a little over $4,000, maybe so, depending on how many trades or how many points you pick up on a daily basis. But just imagine taking a $1,000 account and then bringing it to $4,000 by the end of the month. And then next month you can do more than just $150 a day if you want to bump it up. All right, because now you're risking 5%. So 5%. Let's say now we have a $4,000 account. All right, times 5%. Right? I'm sorry. $4,000 account times 5%. It's $200. So now we're going to risk $200 to do what? To make double that or triple that, right? So maybe we're looking to now say we're going to make $400. So that's double. That's going for a 1 to 2, or maybe going for a 1 and 3. Maybe say $600. Now you can definitely do that. I'm telling you. So then by the second month, things really start kicking off and start rolling. So the first month, maybe you made, you 3,000. Now you're up 4,000. Then the next month you had that 4,000 that you start with, and then by the end of that month, you could be somewhere over $8,000 to $10,000. Seriously, like if you do this every single day, and you're just scalping and you're limited. I say limit, I mean you're practicing proper risk management when I say that. Okay. Now you might be saying, well, how can I do that trading the micros? All right. So let's say you have $1,000, right? I just showed you. 5% of that is what? $50, correct? All right. 10% would be $100, but we're going to be risking, let's say, no more than 5 to 6%. So let's say 5%. So $50, right? We want to aim for, let's say, a 1 and 3, right? So that means we're going to be aiming for like $150, right? So let's say I like to go in and try to make at least 20 points on the Nasdaq a day, right? Just using that for example, because that's the chart I have up. So times 4 ticks is 4 ticks in every point. That's 80 ticks. All right. The tick value with the micros is what? 50 cents a tick. That's $40. Okay, per contract. Okay. So again, it's $40 a contract. So let's say you want to trade 4 contracts, right? You could do so because on the micro Nasdaq, it's $100 per contract. Okay, the full on E-minis is $1,000 a contract to trade it, right? So you have the capital there to be able to trade up to really 10 contracts on the micro. So again, $40 a contract that we would make. Okay, that's going to give us that $160 on 20 points times 4. That's 80 ticks. 1 contract's $40 times 4 contracts. That's $160. Again, I'm showing you can do that using that 5 to 6% rule. 5% being, the amount of money that you're looking to actually risk, which is only $50 or $60 to really make, say $160. Okay, and you do that 5 days a week, and that adds up fairly quick. All right, I'm telling you can do this. So, anyways, just spend some time watching the video content. Okay, this is just kind of a rough step-by-step guide to show you that. Just using $1,000, how you can grow your own personal trading account, fairly quick. And you can trade the pre-market or the New York session. There's other sessions you can trade like the Asian, the London, depending on where you're at across the globe, right? Again, if you're interested in becoming an elite member, the link is right below down in the description portion of the video. Make sure if you click on it, choose the second one for $6.99 to give you the direct access to the video content that's made private, okay, to all the to all the members. Outside of that, if you are not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking the subscribe button. Make sure to turn your post notifications on. How? Click on the bell as soon as you click the subscribe button. Outside of that, make sure, please, if you could, drop a like on the video if you found some value in today's content. I appreciate it. That helps the information in which I'm trying to, bring to light, bring to the forefront, trying to help other individuals out, get out within the community of YouTube where it needs to go. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.